Investing in early learning has a lasting impact.
Equitable access for all students in early learning situations means advocacy.
What we're trying to do a lot is to talk about the community level and the idea that the children belong to the community.
The work that the Early Learning Cohort has done is really bring about awareness in every entity that impacts early learning. So anywhere from lobbyists to community groups to company organizations, to principals, to teachers, to parents. At every level, they brought awareness to the fact that early learning matters.
How can communities work together to think about who the children and families are, what are their strengths, what are their needs, and how can we bring together all the resources across all the different kinds of funding sources and facilities and resources so that we serve as many children as possible with the most responsive services.
You have to let your board know why this is important, because they get excited about football games on Friday nights. They get excited about band concerts, but they don't necessarily get excited about a kindergartner starting school.
So you've got to know your stuff. You've got to be able to speak with community members. You have to use your influence, and I think this is something we haven't tapped yet as superintendents. We haven't really leveraged our influence yet to really influence change and activate some change.
You have to leverage your relationships with legislators, you have to leverage your relationships with business leaders, you have to leverage your relationships with state officials and other organizations around the nation. And that's exactly what the Early Learning Cohort is able to do.
And then what we do is we engage with our community members. So we talk with doctors and dentists, and we get engaged with all of our business owners and say, how can we improve early learning and early literacy for kids? And that means putting books in dentist's office and awareness campaigns.
Bring together early childhood providers, bring together healthcare services, bring together other social services that you have in your community, and get them involved and then try to create those opportunities. Have a summit around early learning and bring all those providers together and start connecting those dots.
There is a movement energy around early learning, but it's just not enough. That we really do have to talk about it in every space that we go to garner that support. We need to get in the ear of our lobbyists. We need to get in the ear of those who have monies tied to early learning and really push the initiative.
We've had 2 early learning summits so far, and we've also partnered with our United Way, partnered with Catholic Charities, partnered with the Boys and Girls Club, the Food Bank of Wichita Falls, our North Texas Area Food Bank, and brought all those organizations together, and we invited every early childhood provider, every daycare, parochial daycare, private daycare, whatever it is. And so just working with all the services that we have in our community, and I think we're starting to see some results.
We, as a cohort, are just thrilled to have a partnership now with PBS and the Detroit Public Television Station, and we obviously are continuing our work on a national level, and we won't rest until we know that everyone understands the importance of early childhood education and early learning.
There is power when you bring together like-minded people and you talk about something that is so critical and important to the lives of children.